and welcome to episode 67. 67. Alex, you've been hearing that 6-7 shit that I'm always having to hear?
No.
Probably not, but we'll see.
No, I don't pay attention to this shit. Plus, I'm not around kids, so.
Yeah, so my
You've got
kid
kids.
and Casey's kids are always saying 6-7 every chance they get. And then I went to a school event recently, like a game night thing, and they had these signs up all over the school. They say, if you're watching on YouTube, this is a 6-7 free zone with a no sign through 6-7, and it says Mr. Pickett is watching. I guess that's a teacher who hates 6-7. So it's obviously a major problem.
Is there a context to this? Like, do they say it within a certain context, or is it just random? Like,
If
they just say it randomly?
If they ever hear the number 6 and the number 7 in any close proximity, they will say 6-7, 6-7, and like they just won't stop repeating it for a little while. And
How often do you say them 6 and 7?
Well, if you're counting and you go 6-7, then they'll go 6-7, 6-7. They recently, if there was like, a 6 on a sign, and then on another sign they saw a 7, and then that's all it took. And South Park even did a parody of the whole 6-7 thing in elementary school. They did a parody of it. That was one of their most recent episodes. So it's a major annoying thing over here. And I tried to look up the origin. It's something having to do with some rap song. Maybe talking about a basketball player who's 6'7", something
Right.
like that. I don't know. So
Okay.
anyway, this is episode 67 of the VR Gaming Podcast.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7.
6-7.
I'm Justin, mame-fan on YouTube, and I'm here with Alex, virtual insider on YouTube.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
6-7.
6-7.
Are you 6 or 7 inches?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I would. All right. Oh, yeah. So normally we focus on VR gaming and don't really talk that much about hardware, but there's been some major news lately about hardware. This has been years in the making of the whole what's Valve going to release and the Deckard and all of this, and we finally know about the Steam frame. It's been announced in the past month. A listener named Brian Bell posted on the Discord, he wanted to know our thoughts on the Steam frame and whether we're going to buy it. So,
Okay.
you ready to get into the Steam frame?
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, I have a slideshow of images going. Mm-hmm. So, the Steam frame is a standalone ARM device with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So it's standalone, like Quests. But as far as I can tell from what I've read, it's not Android based, it's Linux based. But it can run Android applications. It has Steam OS, which is based on Arch Linux. And it will have and that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is more powerful than the Quest 3. But it's not an XR focused chip. So I don't know, some stuff I'll talk about later related to that. It's going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the Quest 3 has 8. It has a 2160 by 2160 LCD, which is basically the exact same as the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is it's like 2000 something by 2200 something. So it's about the same, and they're both LCD, of course. And I remember months and months ago, there were rumors that they were going for a kind of a lower end LCD like this, like not one of these crazy high res things. And that when I first started hearing that, I really lost interest even way back then, because I would prefer something more high end, but it seems like they're going more consumer friendly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's better for sales and better for adoption. It's going to have pancake lenses just like the Quest 3. I don't know if the lenses are going to be just as good as the Quest 3s. David Heaney of Upload VR, he's on this in these slideshow, wearing the thing. He said when he tried it in his demo, he saw some minor pupil swim, which is where if you turn your head, you can kind of see the world warping a little bit, maybe in the periphery. So that worried me a little bit. He also said he could see, because this thing I think it has a little bit more FOV than a Quest 3. He said he could see more screen door effect. And I'm guessing it's because so it's like 110 horizontal field of view, whereas the Quest 3 is like 103.8. But of course, that depends on your face shape and everything. So it's going to have eye tracking with foveated streaming. So usually what we hear about is foveated rendering, which happens on the computer side. But that's up to the developer of the game. They have to enable foveated rendering in their game for that to actually happen. Whereas this foveated streaming is going to be working for every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to have this 6E wireless USB dongle that hooks into your PC. So that way you don't have to worry about, you don't have to do what I did. You don't have to be a crazy person like me and hire some people to come in and route Cat 6 cable all through your house so that you can get your 6E router in your VR room right next to your PC, which is what I had. I went to all the trouble of doing all that. Well, with this, you just plug in the dongle and it has dual radios. So one radio is devoted to regular internet and the other radio is devoted to talking to that 6E dongle. So one will be at 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. That will be the regular internet. And the dongle will be at 6 gigahertz. So 6E and 7 Wi-Fi can do 6 gigahertz, which is what I'm doing right now with my 6E router. I do my Quest 3 at 6 gigahertz on virtual desktop. And I'm really wondering how much better this thing could be than my Quest 3. That's what I need to know most before I decide if this is worth buying. But I'll keep going. Then the battery is on the back instead of in the front. Quest 3 is obviously the battery's in the front. And with the Quest Pro, they put the battery in the back, and that thing never went. I guess that thing didn't sell well, didn't do well. But so the battery's in the back, and it's only 185 grams without the head strap. I think it's 440 grams with the head strap. Whereas
because of the battery, probably.
Yeah, because of the battery in the back. With the Quest 3 is 515 grams with the default shitty head strap.
Yeah.
So this thing's got to be more comfortable.
With the fabric? That's with the shitty fabric strap?
Yeah, that's the shitty fabric strap.
Wow, that's pretty light then.
515?
No, the Steam frame, if that's with an actual solid... Is this a solid strap by default? It looks like it.
It's not solid. Nah, it's
yeah, I can see it now.
Fabric stuff. And in that picture showing right now, that might be an optional... there's going to be a comfort kit.
Yeah. Because it doesn't come with a top strap as default. You have to buy the top strap.
I think so.
Which you need the top strap. I mean, from my experience, unless it's super, super light at the front. Because if you don't have the top strap and then you've got to tighten it more to stop it from slipping, then it becomes more uncomfortable. So if you have the top strap, it means that you can wear it kind of more loose, and that enables you to have it more comfortable. Like it's with the PSVR 2, like that with the top strap. Even though it's got a halo design, the extra bit with the top strap as well means that I don't have to have it like super tight, and it means that it's nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
So the top strap would be essential for me.
Yeah, I added a top strap to my Bobo VR head strap because that's how essential it is to me too. Because I never like to get a headset tight on my face. Never.
No.
Yeah, no. I want it just kind of dangling kind of. Where was I on this thing? It has here's a major drawback to me. It has grayscale cameras. So I think that has maybe something to do with them going with that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 that's not XR, designed for XR. So grayscale cameras, so you'd be going backward from the Quest 3 color cameras. So maybe it looks more like Quest 2 cameras. Then the screen can do 72 to 144 hertz. 144 is experimental, just like the Index. I said 110 horizontal field of view, which it might be slightly more than Quest 3, which is like 103.8. And the controllers are going to be mapped like a gamepad with bumpers. So there'll be a trigger and a bumper on the front. And then there's a D-pad on the left controller. And then all 4 buttons are on the right controller. So what do you think about that?
I think it's great, although it might take a bit of adjusting after you've been used to alternate buttons on each side.
Yeah.
But it just means, cause we're like, obviously I work for Flats of VR like studios, and we made, which we'll talk about later, Roboquest, and that was a real pain. Like to try and get all the buttons, because we don't have the D-pad and we don't have the bumper buttons, to try and get all of the buttons that we need.
Yeah.
Within a normal VR gamepad was a pain. It was really challenging to get it all working and like a good configuration, which I know you're gonna have thoughts on, but it's a real problem. When you've got a normal gamepad which has got D-pad and bumper buttons and all the rest of it, then you've got to like get all those things which are all in use, and then somehow get it all working on a VR headset it's not easy.
I didn't even think about that until just now, but yeah, the D-pad is 4 inputs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're missing basically like 6.
Yeah.
You got 2 bumpers and then the D-pad. You're missing 6 inputs.
Yeah.
From a gamepad.
So, but one thing I was wondering is, I wonder if there are VR games where you need to push buttons at the same time on the left and right controller, and if that would be difficult if all 4 buttons were on the same controller.
Well, I'm going to guess what's going to happen is usually it'll probably default to like the D-pad up and down will be like the My guess would be most games are just going to default with the D-pad up and down being equivalent to the left-hand buttons. Because like you say, there's going to be certain things where you would need to like use the thumbstick and press a button at the same time and stuff like that, which if you've then got to do it all in one hand could potentially be a problem. So yeah, it's going to be curious because it doesn't really solve the issue overall, because obviously this is just one set of controllers for one headset. All the other controllers have still got the same issue, and you can't make a game that just only supports one particular headset with one set of controllers. It's still got to be supported across the Quest controllers and the Index controllers and all the other controllers, which are all the other controllers have still got the same issue. So it's good in terms of it makes it easier to do that, but you still got the same issues. So it doesn't really solve the problem across the whole, the entire industry. And I think the big thing what the Valve are trying to do is make it as friendly as possible for you to use it as a 2D non-VR gaming machine, so that you can stream, or probably just streaming like a flat screen and playing your 2D games sat down and using them as a gamepad, which I get it, but at the same time I feel like personally I'd still rather just get a gamepad and just use a gamepad rather than use those controllers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can use that new Steam controller with this apparently. It can be tracked in VR, like a PS.
Oh, has it got tracking?
Yeah, it has tracking.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah.
So it'll be like PS1. Or not PS1.
Yeah.
PS VR 1.
4. Yeah.
So the controllers will have 18 IR LEDs. I don't know if that means each controller, but that's versus 8 on the Quest controllers. So maybe they'll track
more
better.
Accurate. Yeah.
The Steam VR library will be compatible with it standalone via FEX. So you're gonna be able to play your Steam VR library on this thing standalone, but I don't know how that's gonna be possible, because this thing is weaker. It's weaker than a Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's going to be like, do you know what a Steam Deck? I don't know if you know much about the Steam Deck, but basically, you have Steam Deck games. Basically, you have like approved Steam Deck games. Yeah. Like if you buy a game on Steam, if it's an approved Steam Deck game, it means it's been tested on the Steam Deck and it works and plays great. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it's going to be like that, where you're going to have games that have been tested and set up specifically to work on the Steam frame, and then they'll have like that badge to say Steam frame compatible or whatever they're going to do, however they're going to structure it. Because they've already got one confirmed. I think Walkabout's already confirmed to be Steam frame like standalone compatible. So you'll be able to play Walkabout on there natively on the built-in computer without streaming it.
Okay.
And there's plenty of other games that will do it, because there's a lot of games. Let's face it, a lot of games are ultimately just like Quest ports nowadays, even if they're upsampled a little bit. Like I think Ghost Town's another one that's going to be able to work directly on the Steam frame. So I don't think there's going to be some like. I'd be curious to see if Valve are going to try and get Half-Life Alyx in some capacity to work natively.
Yeah. People have tried getting a Steam Deck to run it, and it's like a slideshow. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the other thing we talked about, obviously, with the eye tracking, which, although the main thing that they're pushing is obviously the fact that it's foveated streaming, which is where it's not rendering, it's foveated. Which basically, all it means is that when you stream a game over Wi-Fi, it then focuses most of the data on the point where you're looking, so that the rest of it just basically uses less data effectively, so you can push higher resolution in where you're focused
and have less compression,
which means that less compression, effectively lower latency. It should improve streaming with the app. But Valve have already said that it will support, the APK will support foveated rendering, so developers will be able to use eye tracking as well to do foveated rendering if they support it. Like with the PSVR 2, originally when the PSVR 2 came out, it was absolute nightmare for developers to be able to enable the foveated rendering. But nowadays, like Unity and Unreal have got it kind of baked in. Well, not baked in, but they've got plugins and whatever, so it's really easy to set up. Like you don't have to code it in manually. You can just tweak and get it set up pretty easily. So hopefully, if Valve can do something like have some sort of plugin for Unreal and Unity, then in theory that would mean that it's very easy going forward for developers to go in and patch their game with foveated rendering, or future games to have foveated rendering, which does honestly make a big difference. Like the stuff that they can do on the PSVR 2, when you look at the specs and the resolution that you can render certain games, it's impressive how much a difference the foveated rendering makes. So I'm really curious to see if Valve support it and how easy it's going to be for developers to support it going forwards, because it will make a difference.
Sure. Have you played any PC games with your PSVR 2 that used foveated rendering?
No, I think you can do it now. You've got to basically use some sort of external drivers, and then you've got to. Most games don't support it natively, so then you've got to use a bunch of other shit to get it working. Okay. Which I can't be bothered with personally, but
that's how I feel too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this whole situation with the Steam frame, to me, I know obviously like some people are disappointed with the specs of like the screen and the resolution and stuff, but the main thing really I think is just this is a consumer headset that will give you high quality wireless PC VR gaming. That's just plug and play, and that's something that you haven't got with the Quest 3. The Quest 3 does it, and you can do it, but like if you're not a techie person and you buy the Quest 3 and you want to now set up wireless, like it's not easy. It's not like something you can just quickly just set up. You've got to make sure that you're in the same room as your router, and you've got to have it connected to the thing. You've got to have like a good quality router that can do enough data, and you've got to buy external programs and set everything up. So
Yeah, I have
That is the bonus of
techie
that.
friends, and you are a good example that you're not, you guys aren't willing to do all that shit, and I don't blame you.
I mean, I do have like I bought like a 6E router to actually do it, and then I ended up moving into like a office which is away from the where the router's based, so I can't do it. Like I literally can't set up unless I do like what you, where I've got to run fucking
Cables all over the
cables through my
place.
house. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is, but how many people are realistically set up their room? Their VR room is in the same room as that where the cable and the phone line comes in.
Yeah,
It's
and then the problem with that, if you get that done, then you have a bunch. We have a bunch of holes in your drywall, and then you have to hire someone to fix all your drywall, which is what I had to do.
yeah, and you've got the expense of a good 6E router's like I think I paid like £150 or something for it, which is additional cost on top of the headset and everything else. So being able to buy this, I mean, obviously we don't know the price yet, but being able to buy it and just plug it in and it works across every game, and there's no because the thing is as well with like as a developer, like working on the development side, virtual desktop is an absolute fucking pain in the ballsack to develop for, because it's you've got VDXR, you've got Steam VR, you've got people can be running. You have no idea what resolution they're going to be running at, what bit rate they're trying to like. There's so many different variables that can completely mess things up.
Yeah,
like trying to support every variable of what people are running on PC VR is already a pain in the ass. But the worst part of it is the virtual desktop. Like we've had more problems with virtual desktop.
Yeah.
Like specifically over all the other different types of connections and headsets. So it's not easy.
Yeah, games get so many negative reviews when virtual desktop doesn't work well with it. Yeah, I've seen lots of that.
Yeah. And we test. I mean, we'll talk about Roboquest obviously later, but we tested like internally so much. We had like 100 plus external testers through. We've got a program called the Labs, which we had people play the game, and most of them were using virtual desktop, and everything was fine. Everyone was loving it, and then the game launched, and all of a sudden people are having problems, and it's like it's almost impossible to test and get it working for everybody. Like when you've got it's just honestly such a pain in the ass. It's just not fun.
Okay, so in that comfort kit, you get the top strap, and you also get controller straps. So then it'll be like the index straps. There will be a 256 gigabyte model and a 1 terabyte model. It will have an SD card slot to increase storage. There will be a PCI Express port and a MIPI camera interface, so you can add add-ons potentially, but I wouldn't count on any add-ons because that's remember the frunk on the index, and then barely anything was done with that.
I mean, I think they were talking about potentially color pass-through add-ons and stuff, but I mean, do you use pass-through a lot?
I use pass-through as my main environment, so whenever I put my Quest on, I'm in pass-through.
Right.
So,
but you're just using that just to connect to a game, like you're not actually doing stuff in that environment.
Yeah, I'm doing it like I will walk around my house, like let's say I'm playing a game, like I don't even need to take my headset off. I'll just go to the bathroom and leave the headset on, stuff like that, because I can see fine.
Right.
So it's nice that that, and
true.
I mean, I like reach for water or reach for whatever. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come out in spring 2026, and there is no price. Do you want to guess a price?
No.
You don't want to guess a price? Or
I think I don't know. I really don't know, because they've already said it's going to be cheaper than the Index, which is good, because that was $1,000.
Yeah.
But like, is it going to be $800? Is it going to be $600? I honestly don't know. Like with Valve, they don't really subsidize things. They generally want to make profit on their hardware. Like they don't sell things cheap just to get sales through Steam. Which, when you look at the money that they made, like I think they made like over $1 billion or something last year. There's a company, so it's like, come on. Like just subsidize a little bit. That's fine. But we'll see.
Here's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess $800 for the 256 gigabyte and $1,000 for the 1 terabyte.
Yeah, I mean, I think that will be too much for a lot of people, but yeah. I don't know. I'm really hoping 600, even though it's still quite a lot. But just the fact that it's got all the built-in wireless, you know, the Wi-Fi dongle and everything. Ultimately, I think that makes it worth that. But
if I can see some tests where it's performing better than my current setup, a Quest 3 wirelessly, like if it performs better and better performance wirelessly, then I will buy it. Otherwise, I don't think I'm that interested.
But do you even have any problems with your Wi-Fi though? Like, from what I understand, you've got your setup now is so good that you don't even notice compression, and it's basically perfect. So.
I don't notice compression because I can put the bitrate up really high. But if it's a game where there are some performance issues, it'll be an issue, and I'll either need to put the game's graphics lower or I'll need to put the bitrate lower, and then it looks worse.
Right.
So if this thing will let me, put the graphics higher, and maybe the bitrate higher, with better game performance, well then I'm all about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious. I don't see you getting one, just because I don't think there's much of a reason. The other thing as well is like with the battery.
That's another thing.
Now you've got your Bobo. You can swap your battery packs out and all that shit. Like, I think this battery is quite big though, from what I understand. I don't know what the playtime is, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I definitely need replaceable batteries. Yeah, hot swap.
Yeah, but there's that as well.
So Brian Bell that asked about this, he's coming from an Index. Coming from an Index, I would say definitely. Yeah. This will be a giant upgrade, and he's used to having the Fresnel lenses of the Index and lower res, and this would be in the glare. This would be amazing. So someone like him, yes. Someone like us, it's not so sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy one. But
did you say you're not going to?
No, I might end up. I don't know, but I might end up getting one because of work.
Okay.
They've applied for like development kits and stuff, so potentially maybe, depending on how many they get, I could end up with one, just because obviously I might need to test like Steam Frame games and stuff.
Yeah.
So I might end up with one because of work, but I don't know if I'd buy one with my own money. I'm honestly pretty happy with the PSVR 2 as my main headset right now, and I think the problem I've got as well is that because I basically game in such a small office, Wi-Fi and wireless is not really that much of a big deal. Like, I've never really had a big problem with the wire. Anyway,
you're one of the enigmas like me who could spin no problem with a wire.
I just don't. Yeah, I just just turn and I just deal with the wire. Like, my brain's so wired into it, but I don't even think about it. I just deal with it. Like, and I can switch to Wi-Fi. Like, I can switch to wireless stuff. Like, if I'm testing with virtual desktop or whatever, and it's like I go back to a wire and it's not a problem. Whereas some people are like, once you go wireless, you can't go back and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, okay, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I went wireless with my Vive. I had the Vive wireless adapter. Then I went wired with the Index, and I was fine with it because the Index looks so much better than Vive.
Yeah. So I'll probably won't buy one with my own money, but maybe I'll get one because of work. I'll see. Like, if they need me to get one, I'll probably end up having one.
Okay.
I'm curious though. It's new technology. I'm curious to see what it's like.
And it would be really nice if Valve could figure out a way to just make every 2D game somehow 3D-ish. Some sort of 3D mode.
And I will say, like, whenever I go back to my Index, like, to test with, it's still, like, out of the box, it's the most comfortable headset. Like, it's so freaking nice. It just feels so good. Like, even with the PSVR 2, with all the extra shit I've had to put on it, the Valve Index is still more comfortable. it was still the most comfortable headset I've owned. So
I'm looking at it right now. It's sitting on a shelf. I have a Valve Index and a Rift S and a Vive and even a Gear VR just sitting there that I need to sell.
Just yeah, sad. They're not worth anything anymore though. That's the problem.
The Index might be, maybe.
Oh well, probably not now.
Well,
this is coming out.
I think they're not being sold anymore. So there might be some people that want it.
Yeah. I mean, you go back to it. It is an old headset though. Like the screens and everything. Feel dated. No lenses.
Yeah. All right, should I go to the first game?
Yeah. Let's talk about games.
Okay, Deadpool VR. This came out recently for $50. I bought it. And I actually, so far, I like it more than I thought I would. Because I'm not like a big fan of Deadpool or anything. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, you're seeing the very beginning of the game. The song "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue is playing, and it's just this pretty crazy scene, just nonstop action. It's a cool start to the game. I saw the first Deadpool movie. I didn't see any of the other Deadpool movies, and I thought I would get annoyed by all the constant quips and him always being, trying to be funny. And I haven't really been annoyed yet. Some of it has actually made me laugh. And so that's been nice. One of the first things I noticed is your hands and your arms go through everything, and I always have an issue with that.
Yeah.
So there's no real physics going on, or even your katanas go through each other. They don't even hit each other, which is kind of disappointing. You dual wield pistols and katanas. And then you can get some other weapons like grenades and all sorts of other crazy things. You get a grapple gun, sort of like Batman, that'll help you reach places that you couldn't get to. I'll fast forward. So this guy talking here is named like Flag Smasher. Have you ever heard of Flag Smasher?
No.
Yeah, that's the first boss you fight. And I've fought two bosses so far. This guy Flag Smasher and Lady Deathstrike. And they start out like regular kind of fights, but then like when you get their health low, it turns into this quick time event stuff. I don't know. Some people might not like that, where it'll be like, all right, throw a sword at him. Now use your grapple gun. Now punch him. Now throw a grenade. And you just have to do it in a certain amount of time. So I don't know. That's a little disappointing. There are a lot of cutscenes, and a lot of times they're unskippable. So I think that's the biggest drawback to this game. Lots of talking, and I'm not even talking about Deadpool. I'm talking about like other characters, like Mojo. Mojo is the main antagonist in this game, and he has like his own TV show, sort of like a reality show where it's filming you and other superheroes, and as you can see on screen, it's an extremely violent game. And so you have to be you're supposed to be as entertaining as you can when you're killing enemies and stuff, and make it stylized and stuff. And then the better you do that, the more money you'll earn from the viewers. And then with the money, you can buy upgrades and new weapons, and you can buy different skins and outfits and all that stuff.
So like Bulletstorm.
Yeah, like Bulletstorm. Yeah, but you don't have to do all that stuff. It's very arcadey, which I don't mind. And you can see in this, if you're looking at the video, he just let his katanas pass through each other. I don't know, maybe they thought that if they stopped at each other, it would interfere too much with the gameplay.
Yeah, or the quest can't deal with it. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're going through levels, walking through levels and stuff, and then a lot of times you'll get to kind of an arena looking area, and you'll fight multiple enemies, and once you've killed them all, then you go to the next area, and it's that kind of thing. And Deadpool's cracking jokes the whole time, and you can do this flying kick. You can block their bullets with your sword. You have your pistols, and there will be other weapons that you can find along the way. There will be all sorts of machine guns and shotguns and all sorts of stuff. I haven't even gotten that far in the game. I think I've just barely scratched the surface of all the stuff you can do. Right now I'm in Mephisto. He looks like the devil. I'm in his level, and there's this Gremlins scene. Do you remember in the Gremlins when they're in a bar and they're all just going crazy?
Yeah.
And it's like a total homage to that scene. There's all these little creatures that look like gremlins, and some are dancing, and some are drinking from the fountain, and some are trying to attack you, and some are playing in the trash can, and some are hanging from the roof, and it's complete knockoff of Gremlins. I like the game. I'm gonna keep playing it, but I don't know if it's worth $50 unless you're really into Marvel and Deadpool.
Do we know how long it is? Like, is it a long game?
So these people that on YouTube that make videos and they're like they fly through them. They have a full length video of the whole game. Those people had it at 8 and 9 hours. So I bet if you're a normal person, I bet
it's pretty long then.
Pretty long, because those are the people that make insanely short videos usually.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. I had one freeze, so when I beat the first boss, like it started loading the next level, and then it just froze, and I had to close out of the game. Oh yeah, so I was playing it originally, which is what I normally do. I was playing it, just default without Quest Games Optimizer, and that's when I got the freeze with just not even using Quest Games Optimizer. It looked fine, but I was like, hey, let's see how much sharper I can get this. So I loaded up Quest Games Optimizer and put it up to 150% rendering resolution and ultra GPU, and then it looked really sharp, and I didn't get any freezes. So that's what I've been doing.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll go fast forward in this video. This is the Flag Smasher fight. Let me see if I can get it. Well, to show some quick time events. I don't know. Did you see Deadpool 2 or Deadpool and Wolverine? Any of that?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't really. I mean, the first one was good, but I didn't really think it was like amazing. I'm a bit like indifferent about Deadpool.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds he kind of just plays the same guy in every film. Like Deadpool is like his just normal persona.
Yeah.
And it can get a bit annoying after a while. But I will say like the second film was like better. I thought was actually better than the first.
Okay.
And Deadpool versus Wolverine was actually also really good. So they are good films. I think they're worth watching.
Yeah, and this one doesn't have Ryan Reynolds. It has Doogie Howser, the dude from How I Met Your Mother. I can't remember his name right now. He's doing the voice.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris. That's who it is.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about Deadpool?
No, I've not played it yet. I do want to try it, but I just haven't had time. So probably next month we'll both be able to talk about it more.
Are you gonna buy it? Or are you gonna be able to get a key?
No, but I'll buy it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the next game is Roboquest VR. And
interesting.
This is Gamertag's video. I've been wondering, like, if I should make more videos. Oh, and there's one that I left out, like of my own, like just so for the podcast, because then I spend all this time searching for videos on YouTube. I don't know if I just did it myself, but the reason I don't usually make videos myself is that I don't want to impact the performance of my gameplay. So
yeah, plus then you've got to literally like play the game beforehand, and that's even more time than it takes to make this podcast. So.
Oh, but I mean, I play the game anyway, but I just choose not to.
Oh, you mean just recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you've also got to like record it and then get the footage and whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's extra work.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to talk first since you worked on this game, or
no. I mean, I'm obviously completely biased, so there's no point in me giving my opinion on this game.
Okay, so Roboquest VR is a roguelite shooter. I never played the flat version. I knew it had overwhelmingly positive reviews, and I got a key for it. Thank you. I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
Yes, fine.
And you start off, and there's a tutorial, and in the tutorial, they're teaching the controls and stuff. And so one of the things that they teach you is that jump is up on the right stick. And I understand why you did that, because for manual reload. But personally, I would rather it be a button. Is there any way to make it so that we can make like the A button jump? Because I'm being a baby and doing auto reload in this game.
Yeah. With something we've talked about internally quite a lot, because before we even decided on this control scheme, it's like we talked about the control scheme so much. Because like I've mentioned before, like trying to get all these buttons that you need to press in a gamepad design that's got 6 less buttons is hard.
Yeah.
And the one of the main reasons we have it on the thumbstick up and down is because also it kind of it's one of those things that at first a lot of people don't like, but then after a while they like, actually it makes more sense, because you press up to jump and then down to slide, so you can literally jump and then go into a slide just by moving your stick up and down. So it does work. Like I know some people, in fact quite a few people have said that they don't like it, and we are literally looking at options, but it's just trying to find an option that works as a control scheme that works. Because I understand, obviously you're saying that you've got auto reload, so you don't need the button, but you can still manually like trigger the reload early, even though it is auto reload, by pressing the A button. So
okay,
are you just going to lose that ability to do that by making it on the jump button? I don't know. It's really difficult. There's no. It's really difficult for us to find a way that still allows people to rebind the game, but also allows the game to fully function in every way. It's just really difficult. And also, like, technically, like, even just allowing people to rebind controls within the menus, what people don't realize is that's technically really challenging to do, because Unreal Engine just doesn't have it set up so that you can easily just add binding controls in the menus. It's just really hard to do for VR.
I'm sure I could do it in the Steam bindings, the Steam VR bindings.
Yeah, if you're using Steam VR, you could rebind it through Steam VR. It's something that I don't really want to say 100% whether we will or won't do it, because we're still talking about it. But ultimately, it's something that has come up a lot. So
one issue with that, with using the stick to jump and duck and stuff, is that it could trigger the smooth turn when you don't want it to. So
we are going to look at getting rid of the smooth turn. So like because at the moment you've got to select either snap turn or smooth turn.
Yeah, I put smooth turn to 1, so it's the very least turn possible.
Yeah.
So that when I jump, it doesn't, accidentally turn me.
Yeah. There is the dead zone as well. You can adjust the dead zones, which helps sometimes. Like if you tweak the dead zones, you can make it so you trigger it less. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's not a problem, because it is. It's just one of those things that's not just like a easy fix.
Okay.
Like even though it sounds like you will just add rebind thing. Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's just not technically, from a development perspective. Okay. So
one other thing, when I was in the tutorial, is teaching you how to switch your weapon, and I couldn't figure it out. So you can have a weapon on your back, and you can switch between the weapon in your hand and the weapon in your back. So here's what I kept doing. I kept putting my hand back there and holding grip, and then bringing it back, and then it didn't switch the weapon. It took me like I don't know if it took me 3 runs before I realized you put your hand back there and you just click. It's a toggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if that's something I
Yeah.
missed. Like
It does. I mean, it does say in the tutorial to press, not hold. But that's another problem we had because it was originally hold. Um, but the problem was that there are certain like there's one of the classes, I don't know if you've unlocked it yet, called the Ranger,
no.
and he's got a javelin. So one of the like his main
Oh, maybe
abilities
is
he
that
can.
the second one you unlock?
No, that's the commando.
Uh,
I mean, you can unlock them in any
okay.
order, but he's
Okay.
the second one along on the list is the commando. But
Okay.
ultimately, the Ranger has a javelin, and what we would find when people were testing the game was that to get the javelin, you have to press and hold grip, and then
Okay.
you then launch your hand forward and release grip, and then that will throw the javelin. But people, because it was a javelin, the way you hold it, they were bringing the hand over the shoulder to then press grip to bring the javelin, and then like throwing the hand forward, and then because of the way that the weapon swap was there,
Yeah.
people would then end up swapping weapons instead of getting the javelin.
Okay.
So then we switched it to where it is now, but then now we're having this exact opposite problem where people are trying to switch weapons and then they're actually activating the like ability for the class. So it's we can't win either way ultimately. With which way we do it, there's going to be a problem because of the way. Again, it's just bindings and stuff. It's difficult to get everything to work well. So it's something that we have increased the area now in the latest patch, so it's easier to trigger it. But you still have to click it and release within the area. You can't hold it. So it's something we're going to have to talk about internally as well, because again, that is something that came up in testing when we switched it over. So,
am I the only person? Well, actually, I know I'm not the only person, but am I the only person you've heard that had that couldn't figure out how to start the game once he got to the hub?
no, you're not.
Oh, I'm
That's
not.
another thing that came up in testing. It's the crazy thing is like that's because obviously that's literally how the flat game is. We haven't designed that. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
literally
I figured that's
how it
exactly
is
the
in the flat
same.
game.
Yeah.
But we've already mentioned like we're going to try and do something about it because you've mentioned it. We had multiple testers mention it. I
And
think was it
Fluke
on,
mentioned on Recenter.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, I mean, I've passed it all over to our game designer because I'm just a QA guy. I just test the game. I pass all the feedback over, and then it's other people's job to decide what to work on and what to change. So I'll pass it over again. It's something that we've been focused on. We've been focused on like just fixing stuff and getting the game as good as we can first, but then we can come back and change some of this shit.
Okay, I'll show. Well, let me make this fit to the screen. This is what I was talking about if you're watching on YouTube. So this is the scene in the hub where this is where you're supposed to start, but I was confused by this arrow pointing to the right, telling me. So then I went over to that gate. And I'm like, all right, I need to go to this gate
Yeah,
to start. But what you actually
yeah, it
have to
doesn't make
do,
sense.
you have to go to that van, and you have to point at that hammock, and then a little white cube or something will appear, and that's how you know that that hammock is interactable, and then you have to hold grip. And
Yeah,
that took me a while to figure out. Yeah.
yeah. We need to work on it.
Okay.
We need to make even if we just do you know when you first go into the base camp and it pulls up that map thing. I think even if we just like have a second screen that literally gives you instructions exactly how to start the game, like
Yeah.
just that alone would make a massive difference. So yeah, there's things we can do and we definitely will do, but we've just been focused so much on fixing bugs and getting the game as good as we can first, and then we can go back to fine tuning all this stuff.
Okay, so the game is fun. The gunplay is great. So you go through these areas and there's tons of enemies. I mean, like you walk into a little. I don't know. Would you say it's kind of like a series of small arenas, kind of?
Yeah, I mean they're like corridors that you go down when there's sometimes you go into like an arena where you've got to like you're trapped in a room until you kill all the
Yeah.
enemies. But I mean I don't know how far you've got, but some of the later levels are actually quite open.
Okay.
They're like more of an open map where you've got to like defeat 4 mini bosses to get out. So it does change as you go through the game. Like it's not all the same.
Okay. Yeah, I've only, because I suck, I've only seen this canyon stuff, and I've only gotten to the first boss, and then I die. I've gotten to two. I've only gotten to do 3 runs. I got to the Diggy Mole boss, and I got to the Billy Boom boss, and they both killed me.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten to see like the variety yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you're playing on standard.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? After the tutorial, it told me I should do easy, and I said, "Fuck you! I'm doing standard."
Okay.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Because I play on Discovery, which is like the base bottom mode.
Oh, really?
And I do find that if you want to just like, because obviously the game's got perks and stuff, you can have like permanent things. When you're back at the base camp, you can go to a workshop area and you have to earn rent. Like basically, as you go through, you get wrenches, which you find on runs, and then when you go back to the base camp, you can use those wrenches to buy upgrades, which then gives you permanent fix. Like they'll give you things like extra health, so you'll have more health when you start the game. They'll give you, when you go to a loot box, you might have 4 weapons to choose from instead of 2.
I got that one.
You can get like you can get little NPCs that like allow you to upgrade your weapon for power cells. There's loads of stuff that you can get, which improves your chance of survival as you go through the game. So what some people did when they tested it, they would knock the difficulty down a little bit so that they could get further in and get more wrenches and upgrade more stuff. And then as they got better, then they would increase the difficulty back up. So
that's what I'll do.
Don't be afraid to reduce the difficulty down, because it's a hard game. Like, it's not an easy game. It's a game that will, even like some of the best players, find it challenging at first. But there's so much to see. It'd be a shame for you to like just give up on it because it's hard and you don't want to keep playing it when there's so much in the. I don't know if you've gone when you go into the second area called the Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
There's like little rest areas where you go in, and then there's like a healing bar. There's a loot box, and you can like get extra weapons and shit. One of those areas in the second level, you can get a key, which is literally sat next to the healer bot, and that key opens a door. So then on the first level, when you get to one of those rest areas, there's 2 doors, one left and one right. That will open the left door, which then takes you on a different route, which takes you to different environments, different enemies. So, like, even though it is kind of like, obviously you're going through the levels to get to the end level and finish the game, there are multiple paths you can take. There are keys you can unlock. There are different things there are little puzzles you can solve. Like, there's so much to this game that I feel like the first 2 levels are kind of almost the worst 2 levels, and they're a bit like boring and generic.
Okay.
So it does make me worried that some people might play the game because it's quite hard. They get to the boss a couple of times, they die, and they're like, oh, fuck this. This is kind of not my thing. So yeah, if you are struggling, just turn the difficulty down.
Okay. Just
like try and explore every little corner. Like, you need to find little data logs, and you can get gadgets. You can get like a grappling hook and a jetpack. There's so much cool shit in this game. Like, but you have to search. You can't just go like down the narrow path. It seems like you've only got one way to go, but realistically, really, there's actually quite a lot.
And sometimes there are friendly NPCs that want you to give them a certain number of an item or something.
Yeah, like the one guy wants, if you collect 5 data logs, he gives you something.
Okay.
And data logs are little things that you find, which can be like hidden away in areas, and you've got to find them. So, like, it's a game that pays for you if you look around and search, and like take your time and just like look around in every area. Like, there's little secret doors under waterfalls. I'll not tell you where they are, but you can go through little secret doors in waterfalls.
I
and
found
find
one.
Things. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. And there are rails to ride on. I heard that the rails get like longer and more complicated in later levels. Like maybe this one that's shown right here. Like, yeah, because the rails in the canyon level, I felt like they weren't really useful, but maybe they get useful later on.
Yeah, there's one level called the City, like Haven City. I think it's Haven City. I think it's called, which is one of the bigger open maps. And you can literally like you jump onto jump pads onto the roofs, and you can run across the roofs, and there's rails that connect the rooftops together, and you can like be grinding above, shooting down at enemies below you and stuff. So the rails do get a lot longer and stuff as you go through. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of content in this game. A lot of cool content.
So when you kill an enemy, the health orbs come out of them, but they go away pretty fast. So the way I play, I tend to like to snipe people from far away, but then the orbs end up going away before I can get to them. So I guess that kind of incentivizes you to get closer to them when you're killing them.
It's designed for you to be. It's a movement shooter, so it's designed for you to be constantly moving. Like, don't be just standing away in a distance. There are sniper rifles and they've got scopes, but if you go on the easier difficulties, the orbs stay for longer. Like that's one of the things.
They
like,
stay longer.
Yeah, if you're on discovery mode, they stay for ages, so you can like not have to worry about grabbing them quickly. So that helps.
Does being on like discovery mode, are there things that you can't do or get because you're on that mode?
No, you can get everything.
Okay.
It's the exact same game. It's just easier.
Okay.
But obviously, like, because there's obviously like 4 difficulties to start with, but then if you finish the game on the hard difficulty, you unlock another difficulty, and then if you unlock that, then there's like 3 tiers of extra difficulty, and then if you get all of that and you finish the game, you get like this extra mode, which I won't spoil, but there's like if you really want to put the time in, there's so much extra shit you can do in this game and find, but you have to like be actively looking for it and trying to see what you can find in the levels.
And what are there, like 80 guns?
There's almost 80 at launch, and we've got about another 6. So we didn't quite get finished in VR. Which
my problem is there's so many guns offered to me that I have trouble deciding. I'm like, I don't know. Is this better? I don't know. Shit. And then
just experiment. Yeah, just experiment with the guns.
I panic about it. A little bit.
Just pick one. Just pick one. Try it. Like that's the whole thing. Like you're gonna die and you're gonna retry again. So just try out different guns. And you get different classes, and the classes have got different abilities. So like the first class you get is the Guardian class, which has a shield. You can give you like a certain amount of time before you get hit, and you've got a bash, which you can literally hold the grip button and then punch with your hand, and that will literally punch enemies physically with your fists.
Mm-hmm. I never do. I never punch them.
You should try it. Honestly, it's really fun. It's really fun. Like if you get into it, like you can really like, because you've got the shield, so you can like, activate the shields, get in close, smash them in the face. Especially on the earlier levels, because like it does get really hectic on the later levels. But on the earlier levels, you can use the bash a lot more. You can literally just like jump up. You can head bonk them as well. So like if you jump on top of one of the enemy, it'll like cause damage. Sometimes even just kill the enemy. Mm-hmm. So you can jump up, head bonk one, jump across to another one, punch it. You know, if you've got shotguns, it's really good for close combat. You shoot them with a shotgun, punch them. Yeah, there's lots of ways to play. Like you say, there's almost 80 weapons in the game, and each one, even though there's so many weapons, they all feel kind of different. Like they've done a really good job with this game in terms of giving you lots of variety of weapons. There's different class of weapons. There's one called, I don't know if you've had it yet, like the mini cricket, which is like the Men in Black noisy cricket gun where you shoot it.
I saw that as an option. What did it do?
It's a one-shot gun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super powerful. Like if you can line up 3 or 4 enemies in a row, it'll go through all the enemies and kill them.
Okay.
But then you have to reload between each one, which although you're on auto reloads, it's just a button press. But yeah, you can. But it's so powerful. It literally sends you flying backwards. So like, but one thing you can do with it actually is, if you're on like one of the arena areas where you're locked in with enemies, you can kind of like keep airborne, because you can kind of, as you're coming down towards an enemy, fire the cricket, and then it'll fly you up into the air. You can reload it, head bonk another enemy, fire it again. Like you can stay airborne by just using the gun. It's
a cool. Rocket jump.
No, you can rocket jump. You can throw a grenade on the floor and then rocket boost with that. You can use grenade launchers and rocket boost up in the air.
Okay.
There's so many different ways to play. It's got so much variety.
The first level has EDM music. Does every level have EDM music, or do some of them have? Do any of them have like rock music or anything?
No, it's kind of similar music. It's going to be one of the things that you either love it or hate it. I think subjective.
Yeah, you like EDM music, so you probably into it.
I like some of it. I think it's pretty good in this. I think the music's pretty decent in this game. I personally like it. Some of Like the first level is not the best music, but some of them I quite like.
I read in there was an update recently where they said they fixed a black outline issue. So I was noticing that when I was looking at stuff from a distance, there would be this thick black outline around it, and on the update it said it was like some MSAA issue.
Yeah,
it's
been difficult to deal with. Okay. Yeah, because the game originally, like, I'm getting a bit techie, but the game originally runs on a deferred renderer, which is the like standard for most flat games.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that the only real anti-aliasing option you've got is temporal anti-aliasing, which makes things blurry, and you get worse performance in VR. But the problem was that the actual outline that you see on the enemies is based around temporal anti-aliasing on the deferred renderer. So we had to switch to the forward renderer, which makes it so you can have MSAA and makes it look way better in VR. But then, like, our tech team had to literally rewrite the code to do the outline, which is no easy task. So it's still work in progress. There's still going to be updates to improve the visuals. Obviously, we've got to optimize the game like significantly for the Quest, which we'll still continue to do, which will benefit the PC for performance reasons. So the game's going to, even though it's out and it's not an early access game, it is still going to be getting like lots of updates and more content and
when does when does it get co-op?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
The aim is for early next year, because that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to play this with you in co-op.
Really definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you played with somebody who was all leveled up, I guess they would have all that stuff, but not you. Is that how it would work?
No, I don't think it carries over. But the enemies do. It does scale with co-op, so like, it's not the exact same difficulty, but with two people, it does get harder to scale with two people.
Okay.
But you've seen yourself; it's a hard game. So
yeah.
Like if you've got two people, you can always crank the difficulty up if you're feeling. Yeah. But there's no like revives or anything. I don't think.
I feel better now that I can go on the easier mode and not feel terrible about myself.
No, just do it. Honestly, it honestly makes the game more enjoyable when you're first playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, like as you get more perks and because you will finish the game eventually. Because obviously it's a roguelite, so you're going to be constantly dying and replaying. But there is an ending. Like there's an end boss, and you can finish the game. But once you've done that, like if you're enjoying the game, you might want to play it again, and find some of the different route. Like there's 16 different environments, but there are 7. 16. You have to go through 7 environments to get to finish the game. But there are multiple paths, so there are multiple environments with different enemies and bosses and different classes to play, and like I say, jetpacks to unlock and grappling hooks, and so it's very replayable.
I heard Eric Masher on Virtual Strangers say, once you beat it once, you haven't really beaten it. He said like you have to beat it like 4 or 5 times to beat it for real, something like that.
I mean, it doesn't change the story or anything. Like the ending's always the same.
Okay.
It's just one of those games that, like, if you like roguelites, it's a game you can come back to because it's got so much variety. You can come back to it and try different play styles, different classes, and as you unlock more things, it just changes the gameplay of the game. Like I say, different paths, and there's a lot to the game. So if you like roguelites and you like replaying this sort of stuff, then it's your sort of dream game. But obviously, I don't really like roguelikes personally myself. But I do like the fact that this has a game, like, has an ending, and like the more I play, it's one of those. It's my favorite roguelite. Obviously, I've put so much time into it, and I still enjoy it because I just think the gameplay loop is so fun.
Yeah.
Even as someone who was testing the game, played this game for hundreds of hours, I still enjoy it. I still go into the game. I still enjoy it, which I think says a lot about the game.
Yeah. Okay, you want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
The next one is Forefront.
I'd be interested to know. I want to know, like, when you've played more of it, like how you feel.
I will tell you. Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated, but I feel better now.
Yeah. Okay.
So Forefront. This is a 32-player, 2-team game, sort of like Battlefield. Alex and Casey and Josh and I all played this together. There are 4 classes you can choose from: Assault, Engineer, Medic, and Recon. I think I usually picked Assault. What did you usually pick?
I usually go with Medic just because you can revive people and you can heal. Like, you can drop health and then you can heal yourself. Because it's not got regen health. Like, you have a finite amount of health, and if someone's shooting you and you get low on health, you need a medic to give you a health pack to get you back up. So being able to just heal myself is like a major bonus to me. Okay. Plus, reviving people is really helpful with this game.
Yeah. So there are Humvees and quads. Is that what they're called? Quads? Those four-wheeler?
Quads or ATVs, I think. Yeah.
Tanks and helicopters you can drive. I only ever tried, I think, a helicopter. Oh, I did the Humvee and the quad thing and the helicopter. Never did the tank. The helicopter, I was like immediately crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Very hard to survive in this game. And that's my usual experience playing these types of games.
Yeah.
I'm no good.
I think it depends on what team you get on as well. Like, we had a round where we were absolutely dominating and we were just like pushing them back constantly. Mm-hmm. But then we were on games where we were getting absolutely annihilated and we were basically spawning into the game and almost dying immediately. So it's one of these things where it depends on, because it's such a team-based game. If you get on a good team, you can have like a really good time. But if you get on a team that suck and that aren't working together, it can really suck. Like, you can be just dying constantly and not having much fun.
Yeah. And when the match would end, we kept having to rejoin our squad. We had to exit the squad that it automatically put us in, and then we'd have to find each other again.
They need to have like a party system where you can like just join as a party and it keeps you together, because right now sometimes it'll even jump you on the wrong team. Like, it'll switch your team to another to the other side, and then you've got to like leave that team, join the same squad, because you've got squads of 4. It's basically like Battlefield, where you've got squads of 4 people and you can spawn with your team. Like, if you die and someone on your team's still alive, you don't have to spawn back at the beginning at the base camp thing. You can literally spawn with a teammate who might already be like near one of the objectives or something. So it's teamwork. It's a game that really rewards teamwork. And it's very objective based. Like, the game modes are you've got Conquest, which is the big open map where you've got like 5 areas that you've got to try and capture and conquest, and like the team who has the most areas wins. And then you've got Rush, which is what we played, which is where you have 2 objectives. You have to blow them up, and then once you blow them up, you then move up to another set of objectives, and usually they're like 3-4 areas that you have to push forward to. And then if you're defending, you're obviously trying to stop the opposite team from destroying the objectives. So that's the mode I like the most, because it's just so focused on like this push-pull kind of, you're either attacking or defending. But then if the team get a bomb on, then it almost switches, but you're now attacking and the other team are defending. So I like that pull-push type gameplay. I quite enjoy that.
All I can do is shoot at people. I'm just like, oh, there's a bad guy. I'll shoot at him. That's about all I can handle in this type.
Yeah, there's no like death match or anything. So
yeah, that's my type. That's my type of thing where you just kill people.
Yeah, there's none of that.
All right, I've never played a Battlefield game in my life, so shows you how much I know. All right, next game.
Yeah.
Okay. Aim Assault.
I mean, did you like it? You never really said whether you liked it.
Oh, did I like it? For this type of game, yes. I liked it more than like that Contractors one, I think.
Yeah.
But when Standout came out, I loved Standout. I don't know what I played Standout over 100 hours.
Yeah, that was a battle royale, right?
Yeah, that was a battle royale where you just kill everyone. I don't really like the teamwork stuff and like securing.
You're not a team player.
No, I'm not. And securing points and stuff. I don't know.
See, I'm the opposite. I love the team stuff.
Okay.
I think it's like, this is one of my favorite multiplayer games I've played for a while.
Wow.
I've not put loads of time in. I've put like 5 hours into it or something, but I mean, it's what the main problem is with this game. I think is that with like any multiplayer game, is that as time goes on, you're gonna have people who like hardcore play this game all the time, and they're gonna become really good at it. But also, that it's got a leveling system, so as you
Oh yeah.
kill enemies, you unlock stuff. So the more you play, the more you unlock, the more powerful you are. So if someone puts loads of time to this game, they're gonna have the best guns and the best shit, which then means they've got an advantage and they're gonna be better than you as well. So I'll be curious to play this again, like, and now it's been out for a while because I've not played it since I played it with you,
Mm-hmm.
and just see like does the balance shift to the point where like you struggle. I guess it depends with it being a team-based game. As long as you get on a team who have got people who are good at the game, then I guess it'll still balance itself out. But we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to Aim Assault. I like this game more because it's
Yeah,
it's more like an old arcade game.
straightforward.
Yeah, and straightforward, and you just shoot at stuff. Let me see. Where do I have this? So this was better than to me than the demo. You gave me I got a quest key, and I thought it
Yeah,
looked good. I I don't I played the demo on PC. I don't really remember that much difference between them. This level, this was the first level that I did on this version, and it was way harder than the demo, I thought.
yeah, it is hard. It's very hard.
Yeah. So I had to play it a few times to at least a few. I mean,
Yeah,
more than a few to get through it. Um, and like the
but I
bullets
like
that the
that.
enemies fire come at you so fast.
Yeah, I think it makes you because obviously there's only like 6 levels or something overall. I think they've got like night versions, but so if you just play through them in like first time, you'd basically play through the entire game within like 30 minutes or something. I don't know, but because they've made it hard, like you've got like a time limit, and it's actually pretty difficult. Like they shoot at you really quick. They
Yeah.
don't really give you any cover, like so you can't just stand behind cover. Like what's the other game that's similar to this? What's it called? Time Brigade, is it?
Crisis Reload,
Oh,
Crisis Brigade.
yeah, Crisis Brigade. Yeah, the first and second one.
Yeah.
They were all about cover. Like you were literally, you would be able to duck behind cover and poke out of behind cover, and you wouldn't move forward until you killed the enemies. And there was like no time limit. I don't think I can't remember. Maybe there was. Um, Whereas this, you're literally just like moving forward. You've got like 3 or 4 enemies you've got to kill, and you've got to kill them quickly and dodge bullets. And then you move forward to another area, and there's no cover. The best way to describe it is pistol. Basically, it's like pistol whip, but without the rhythm element, and
Yeah.
it looks good. It looks great. I think it looks nice. It's got cool effects. The level design's good. It's really fast and frantic. You're basically just having to take guys out as fast as you can to get to the level end as quickly as possible. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, once you beat this level that's on screen right now, then you have to carry the president in the next level. So on the left, you have the president like on your left shoulder, and he's kind of blocking your view.
Yeah.
And I was worried, like, what if he gets shot? Does the whole mission end? But it seemed like he couldn't get shot, so that was good.
No, I don't think you could shoot him. But
Yeah,
then the civilians will run out in front of you, and if you shoot them, you lose a life.
yeah.
So
And
it's
then
like
in a later level, you carry his daughter, and she kind of shit talks you a little bit
I have not
sometimes.
got there yet.
Oh yeah, okay, that level's
Yeah.
hard. I had to give up at
Yeah.
that level. Um, but she's like,
Yeah, there isn't.
"Are you sure you can do this?" Like when you get hit, and she's like, "You're
Yeah,
bleeding. What's wrong?" And all this shit, like while
that's
you're
funny.
trying to survive. Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't easy mode, but I'm not switched to that yet. I don't know what that does, but
Yeah.
it gets rid of the time limit, but I don't know if it makes it easier. Because I thought about switching to that first, and then maybe going back through um, on the normal difficulty, but I don't know. I've not even finished the second level yet. I've done the first level, and I've done like tried the President one a few times. Um, but it's a fun game though.
Yeah.
It's not a game I'm gonna like. It's one of those things where you're gonna get through it, and then it's just gonna be kind of like done. You're not gonna play it again, but
Yeah.
um, it's
I
fun.
did. I did the president levels, and then I think the next level maybe it was the villa level from the demo, and I got through that like no problem, and I was like, oh. Like, I don't know.
It's interesting that made that easier.
Yeah, it was weird because that's like the third or fourth level or something.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go to the next game. This is Thrasher. We both bought this because like there was a deal. If you had it was on sale, and if you had already had bought what's the previous one with the beetle? Thumper. Yeah. So we got this for like, I don't know, what, $7 or something like that.
Yeah, it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you been playing?
Have you played it yet?
I only played the demo. I haven't played it.
Oh, you still not played the plastic? Yeah, I've played more. I like it, and
I'm not sure what's going on in this video. Do you know what's going on in this video?
Yeah, this is one of the levels I got to, where, because as you progress through the game, that introduces new gameplay elements and stuff. But that's one thing I liked, because the one thing I didn't like about Thumper was that it was the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Just
harder. Like, it just got faster and faster. It never really progressed. Like, the environments never changed. The music was the same. The bosses were the same. Whereas this does have a lot more variety, and I do like it. But like, I'll play for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, and then I'm bored, and I'll just do something else. It's not something I just want to sit there and just like hardcore play through it. Yeah, it's because basically, to describe the game, you aim you kind of like aiming your, imagine you're aiming a cursor on the screen with your motion controls, and that's almost like a snake. So as you move your hand around, there's like this little snake thing that's moving around that follows your aim, and the object of the game is to slice through these like metal rods, and you get through a certain amount of rods. But then as it progresses, there are rods that have got protected by like red rings and stuff that you can't go through. So then you have to get like power ups, which then allow you to like swipe through and aim. It's difficult to describe. Like, if you're watching the gameplay, you probably can see it more. But it's fun, but it's not like I really can't stop playing this. It's kind of like, yeah, this is cool for 20 minutes. Let me do something else.
I don't know what's going on screen. Like, sometimes he's shooting out a bunch of, spikes. Like, what's that about?
Yeah, because like you get a power up where you can press and hold the trigger, like that power up they just collected, and then you aim where you want it to go, and then you release the trigger, and then you'll do like a quick dash. Okay. But that's what you use that power up to get through, like the red rings that you can't normally go through.
Okay.
That destroys like the red stuff. But then you've got these other other orbs that are flying around. You can't touch them even with the dash power ability, so you've got to avoid those. Okay. So like I say, it does evolve and keep changing as you go. The main objective is always the same. You've got to basically swipe through these rods and get rid of all these metal rods. But it gets pretty hectic. It gets more and more hectic. There's more and more shit on screen. You've got boss fights. Visually, it changes up a lot more than Thumper did. I'm not really a big fan of the music, to be honest with you. It's okay. It's not like, I preferred the music for Thumper, but again, got repetitive. I think some people love Thumper. I thought it was okay. It was like average to me, but
yeah, it was only okay to me. I didn't care enough to beat it.
No, I didn't beat it.
So
I don't know if I'm gonna beat this, if I'm honest. It's one of those where I'm just gonna like, I'll play it a few more times. I've got a feeling I'm gonna not play through the rest of it. There's another game came out. Was it called Luminize or something?
Yeah, I heard. It looks like Lumines, but it's pronounced Luminous.
Something like that, yeah.
Lumines, Luminous like, Arise.
Yeah, that to me interests me more, but it's freaking expensive. It's like £35-40, which is a lot for the type of game it is. It's basically Tetris Effect, I think, kind of similar. Okay. I really want to play it, but I'm waiting for a sale. But I think that's the sort of game that I'll sit back and I'll play, because I love Tetris Effect. I know you weren't that bothered, but to me that's a much better rhythm type game.
I only played the demo, and yeah, I wasn't bothered, as you say.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay, Vampire Survivors VR. You know, people have been talking about this game for a long time. Like, it's saying it's so addicting, and I've seen all these YouTubers playing it. So I actually bought it on like the flat version, but I never played it because I just thought it looked kind of boring. But since it came out in VR recently, I said, "All right, I'm buying it." It was $10. It's a Quest exclusive, and you just control this guy, and he automatically keeps swiping. Like, you don't have to press a single button. You just move him around. And then as you collect these little blue gems, that meter at the top fills up, and once it gets all the way to the right, you can select a power up. Maybe you'll get a dagger, so he'll be throwing daggers in addition to doing this whip or whatever the hell it is. Or you'll get like a Bible that spins around you or something. Yeah, like here he has a King Bible, a cross, and a knife, and you can pick which one you want. And I was thinking, this is just too easy. There's nothing to this. And then it wasn't long after that I got completely surrounded by all these zombies or Grim Reapers or something, and my health bar was full. And then like just a few of them touched me, and it was over, done. I was like, damn. And I actually was kind of interested in playing more. So then I said, well, let me do a video of this game, because this is like a popular flat game. Maybe it'll get a lot of views or something. So I tried. I loaded up the game, and once I hit start, it loaded the game right to like the point where I died the last time I played. And I was even hearing the music and everything, but the playfield area was black. I couldn't see anything. And I was like, huh? And I was like, well, maybe I just have to start the game again. I tried that. I reset my headset. I tried all sorts of different things. And I just couldn't get the game to let me play it a second time. So I refunded it. I asked Alfonso, on your Discord, because he loves Vampire Survivors, if he was having any issues. He's not. But there were people on the Quest reviews that were saying this game is buggy as hell and there's all these issues with it. So...
But is it just the same game? Just like, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's just the same game, but the sprites are like 3D cutouts. And there's some things like pillars that look, 3D. Like, they're not just cutouts, they look more three-dimensional. But most of it is just like, cardboard cutouts that stick out. And then around you is a 360-degree environment. Like, you can see it on the screen right now. It will just look like that all around you. There's not much to it VR wise.
Right. Yeah.
I just wanted to let anybody know, if they were curious, that for me at least it's too buggy, because I couldn't even play it a second time. So I'll go to the next game, Hotel Infinity. I got a key from the developers, so thank you. I played this on Quest, and this is one of those redirected walking, like Impossible Spaces types of games.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and it looked really crisp. The graphics were better than, like, it looked higher res than what you'd usually think a Quest game would look like, I thought. And your hands don't go through everything. They get stopped by walls and by physical objects and stuff, so I like that. It doesn't scale to your space, though.
Oh, so, interesting.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, like, it just kept making me do these turns. So a lot of this game, you're just doing turns, like short turns over and over and over again. Because I have a room where they could have had me walking around a lot more, but it doesn't make use of that. You open drawers.
So you're just walking around in circles, basically.
Yeah, lots of walking around in circles, and then you'll come up to, like some drawers and some cabinets. You open the cabinet and you walk through, and that's now where you need to walk. And you'll just keep walking, and things will happen that wouldn't be physically possible. That's what I meant by, like, impossible spaces. And it's pretty mysterious. I haven't seen any NPCs or anything. There's no, like, I don't think there was any voice acting or anything. You just keep walking, and you come across, simple puzzles and stuff. The performance was not very good. Maybe that part of that is that it looked nice and crisp. I was seeing a lot of reprojection. Like moving my hand in front of my face was all reprojected, and a lot of just sometimes just moving my head looked really reprojected. And I was surprised that would get on the Quest store.
Yeah, normally they're pretty tight with that sort of stuff when it comes to approving a game. So
it does have some cool views. There's some scenes where I was just like, whoa, pretty cool. Here you're doing a puzzle where you have to put the elevator button back together so that you can use this elevator. And let's see. Here's a clock puzzle, stuff like that. Just a lot of redirected walking, and you have these velvet ropes that are keeping you from going places. It's very linear where you have to go a certain way.
Right.
Oh, I was impressed by the bathroom. You could turn all of the water on, the tub and the sink, and you could flush the toilet. How many VR games could you do that? Have you been able to interact with all three? Now, there's no purpose to it. I think it's just there for the hell of it.
Okay.
But, yeah. Oh, and there's some weird glowing red thing. This is like one of the cool views that you're seeing here, where you're looking out into the hotel atrium or whatever, and there's this glowing, mysterious crap down at the bottom. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be. Oh, it's on PSVR 2 also, so I guess there you wouldn't have performance issues, probably.
You'd hope not. No.
Yeah. And he's doing a puzzle here. So it's not bad, but it's not going to scale to your play space, unfortunately. So here's another Quest 3 game I did, Laser Dance. I think this was only $9.99. You have to do a scan of your room, and then you set up the buttons. You have to have you put one button on one end of your room and the other button on the other end of your room, and you just have to walk through, and it makes your room look pretty grayscale, I guess, as contrast to the lasers. And the first levels are red static lasers. Then the next ones, they take you to dynamic yellow, where they move around. I guess in this video they're showing some other game. They're comparing it to it, but now they're showing Laser Dance. And then the next series of levels are blinking blue, where they'll turn off and on, off and on. There are 18 levels, and each one has like 5 or 6 levels within it. And there are 80 plus laser patterns. Then it has challenges of timed and no fail. I didn't try those. One problem with this, though, is because there isn't leg tracking, it doesn't know if your legs go through lasers. So
yeah,
you could just walk through them.
It's only tracking the head and the hands.
Yeah, it tracks the head and the hands. What it also does is it does create a spine. So sometimes I would think I could get through and cheat, but it has this spine of yours that it just is guessing where it is based on where your head is. So sometimes my spine would hit the laser, and when you hit the laser, you just have to start that sequence over.
Right.
So you just redo it. It's fun, but there isn't much else to it. There's no music. It's just laser buzzes. So if you get near a laser, you go zzz, $9.99.
Okay.
And you'll have to crawl under them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a bunch of times where I thought I could trick it, and I actually wasn't able to trick it. So.
Too clever.
And you
hear me?
Oh, what did you say?
I said it's too clever for you.
Yeah, it is too clever. It's too clever. Yeah. I got pretty far in it, and I think I was like, all right, I kind of kind of lost interest. But I'll probably go. This would be more cooler to show somebody, maybe. Maybe if you're showing off MR
like a party
to somebody.
thing.
Yeah, party thing. Yeah. All right, so then I played more Reach. And I haven't beaten this game yet because I got to a part where it got really hard. Like I was saying before that the combat was way too easy. Well, I got to a part where I just gave up on the combat. I just said, all right, the difficulty ramped up in a crazy amount. They just kept sending enemies at me, and I just couldn't deal with them all. And I think maybe I was doing something wrong. Like maybe I was supposed to go trigger something, and the enemies would have just kept coming nonstop. I need to go back in and see if my guess is right. I'm still not too high in this game. And does it work on PSVR 2 yet? The PC PSVR 2?
I saw an update, but then I was looking to see if anyone got it working because I didn't want to, because I bought it and then refunded it, and I didn't really want to have to buy it and refund it again, so I can't seem to find confirmation. Like some people say it still doesn't work, some people say it does. But what I might do is I might just wait for a sale and get it on PSVR 2, like actual PS5, and just play it on that.
Okay.
Because at least then I know it'll work. So I still want to play it, but I just haven't got the time anyway at the moment, and it's not like, I don't know. I think that's the problem with these games. Like once the moment's passed and the game's out, like unless people are saying like, "Oh my god, this is amazing, you got to buy it," it can kind of like just pass you by, and you just like, yeah, I'll play it at some point, and then that's how I feel about it right now.
Okay. I know what game I like more than Reach. Seventh Guest VR. So here's a Steam key.
Okay, nice segue.
Yeah, EN95KCY96J 53T7Z. And if you're on YouTube, you'll just see it, and you won't have to listen.
Is that Steam or is that Quest?
Steam. Yeah, that's Steam.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah. All right. Iron Guard Salvation. I was talking about the demo on the last one, and I got a key for this. And again, I like it. The difference between this and the original Iron Guard, the biggest difference I think is that you have movable platforms. So these platforms where you put the turrets and stuff, you can move them, as you can see in the video. You can move them kind of wherever you want. Whereas in the first game, they were just stuck in one specific spot. Didn't give you many options. Also, you have a hero that you can move around that will help you fight. The only problem with the hero is sometimes I forget I have him. So I'll put him in one end of the play field, and then like maybe on the other end I need him to help me, and I'm like, oh shit. And like you have to wait on him to run all the way across, and maybe by then it's too late. And on this one, you can hold the trigger to shoot your drone. So like in your right hand, you have a drone so that you can fight the bad guys too. So in this one, you can hold the trigger. And the previous one, Iron Guard, you had to, for every shot, you had to press the trigger. So I think that's nicer. But the cooldown, like their gun will overheat sooner in this game than it would in the previous game. So that's one problem. So then you have to wait for it to cool down before you can use it again. And this game has more upgrades. Yeah. It has 30 levels, just like the original Iron Guard. I think this one is harder from what I've played so far. If you're into tower defense, this would be a no-brainer because this is really fun. And it looks good too in VR. And those crystals that you're seeing on the screen, you can direct your turrets to shoot at the crystals. So that's like a risk you can take. Like maybe you have enemies you need to shoot at, but you could tell them, hey, shoot at these crystals, and you can mine them to get resources and stuff. So that's another thing that's probably new. All right, so now I'll go to Pinball FX Elvira. This is my video where I played, and here I am being a lecherous creep, leaning in on.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, this is the first 3D model they put in this game where they actually, put put some effort into the boobs. So
right.
I thought I had to
immediately. You had to,
I had to showcase it. Yeah. So they added Elvira and the Party Monsters and Elvira's Scared Stiff pinball tables, which are real pinball machines. So there's tons of other real pinball machines in this game too. Any like Williams or Bally you can think of. There's so many now that you can probably play them in VR now. And I'm playing it with this X Arcade to TV XR thing. It has pinball buttons on the side. So they keep adding more games to this. I'll be pissed if they come out with a PC version of this game. Oh, and here I am. Here's what I'm doing. I'm comparing. I'm like, look at the 3D girl. Look at the girl in the back glass from the 90s, and then look at the girl they put in the game. And then here I'm like, look at Black Rose on the back glass, and then there's the 3D model. You know, I'm just kind of being a bit of an ass here in the video. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, here they did a good job with Elvira. So, all right. I don't really have much to say. These are fun. If you don't have, like a physical thing like this X Arcade to TV XR, you can just use your Quest controllers, the triggers on them, and that works fine too. They're coming out with a haptics kit for that X Arcade thing, where supposedly you're gonna be able to nudge it physically, and then the table in the game will move. So we'll see if that actually works. I'll go to By Grit Alone. I played the demo of this before, and I was kind of high on it. But like I bought the game, and after playing it more, I'm no longer high on it.
Okay.
Because
low on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of. The enemies are repetitive, and that game's actually very hard. It's like, I don't know. Maybe there's a difficulty setting I could have put lower. It's really hard. It's harder than Roboquest. Yeah. And there's also this weird cult thing going on, there's this guy that these women are worshiping, and there's some weird story going along with that, and it's kind of just too weird to me. I don't know if they're kind of trying to make it like BioShock. And what was that guy's name? Like Booker DeWitt or something? Did you play BioShock?
A little bit. I never really finished it though.
Okay. So it got weird, and I just kind of got tired of these enemies. There are these little, if you're looking at YouTube, there are these, you end up just getting like so many of these little spider enemies coming at you. And then sometimes there's these flying enemies that won't leave you alone, and it's just kind of hard to deal with them. Here's a scene where you're dealing with enemies and these laser things. I don't know. Like I said, I was kind of high on it before, but not anymore, so just wanted to say that. Here are upcoming games. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow is December 4th for PC, PlayStation, and Quest. Men in Black Most Wanted is a new one that we just heard about. This comes out December 5th on Quest, and I think I have a trailer. And this is by CoatSync. Is it CoatSync Interactive? Maybe. They did Shadow Point and what else? Oh, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World Aftermath,
yeah.
or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, Jurassic World. So maybe this will be good. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both good games. Like the first Shadow Point's my favorite puzzle game still.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Aftermath I was okay. I never finished it actually. It's good, but it's not like amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Do you like the Men in Black films? I don't know if you've seen them.
That came out when I was in high school. It was okay. I think I liked it. I don't know if I ever saw the sequel. How many are there?
There's 3 main ones with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, and they did like a reboot thing.
A reboot. Oh, I think I saw the sequel. I think that had a woman in it.
No, that's the newer ones. That's the.
Oh no! What I mean by woman is like there was a bad guy that was a woman.
Like
Lara Flynn Boyle, is that her name? The actress.
Yeah, I think that's the second one. I can't remember. I've not seen them for a long time. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hope this isn't like too kiddie. Like
Yeah, I don't
Ghostbusters.
know. It's just like they announced it and it's now coming out like
Yeah.
within a week or something. So
Yeah.
it's not really had any marketing.
Okay, then what is it? Aspire MR mission is December 16th on Quest. This might be good. I didn't like Aspire 1 much. I never played Aspire 2. Did you play either of those?
I played the first one. It was okay. It was just it wasn't. It wasn't as good as it could have been. I don't know. These MR things don't interest me honestly. Like,
Yeah.
how are they gonna make it more varied when you're just in the same room, like your own room? I just don't understand how it's gonna be better just because you're in your own space.
Yeah, I don't know how they could make like any sort of campaign type. I would want a campaign type of thing, not just some little sandbox level thing. So I don't know
Yeah.
what it. I'm not sure. There was
Like they're
some other
showing them in all
game.
these they're in these different rooms and they're outside and stuff. I'm not gonna walk around my freaking house with and go outside and stuff with my headset on. I just want to just play in my play space. It doesn't
Yeah.
interest me.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, Orcs Must Die by the Blade. That comes out January 22nd on Quest. Of course, I love Orcs Must Die 3 in UEVR.
Yeah.
This I think it's gonna have a lot fewer levels than Orcs Must Die 3.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna feel like a dumbed down version, but maybe with
yeah,
more, obviously more interaction
yeah.
stuff. So
I think it's very unlikely that I would like it anywhere near as much as I like Orcs Must Die 3. But I will likely get it. It's not very expensive. It's on sale like a pre-sale for $17.99 right now.
that's cheap.
Yeah, I'll get it. Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep playing this trailer. It doesn't look bad.
No.
Oh, and when I played Orcs Must Die 3, I just played third person with a gamepad. I didn't even bother with the first person. And I mean, I did try it, the first person, and then the motion control profile, and I decided, nah,
Yeah, it works better.
it works
Just
better.
playing it.
Yeah, with the gamepad. All right, what else here? The Light Keepers 2026 on Quest. Did you see this one? I don't know why this sort of interests me a little bit. I think it's co-op,
No, I've not heard of this one actually.
but the trailer doesn't tell you much.
No,
You're just
co-ops always interest me. So
yeah. You're these fishermen on this boat, and there's a lighthouse that I guess you're protecting. Can you protect the light?
right,
And I think
doesn't really
that's.
say what it
Oh, and
you
there you go. You
do.
have some tentacles that just appeared.
Yeah,
Spectral Games.
I mean, it's a Quest exclusive. Mm,
Yeah, I think so.
interesting. Is it based on like a flat game or is it just a actual new thing?
I do not know. But it reminds me of A Fisherman's Tale, and
Yeah.
here's a key for that. WLKD5TR0RJ 6CF8T. And again, it's on YouTube if you want to just see it. But probably most people already own this. That's a Steam key.
Yeah, that's a good game as well.
Yeah.
It's two good games you give away.
Yeah. Yeah, I remembered that I have keys that I could give away while I was setting up OBS
Nice.
today. Yeah. All right, here's another one. Oh, what is this? Knights of Fiona 2026 PC and Quest. This is the last one that I could think of. I don't know if you can think of something else coming out.
No, not that I know of.
My first instinct is I'm not interested because I'm not into anime and the anime look.
Yeah.
You feel the same way, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
But if it's all action and not turn-based, I can't do turn-based stuff. If it's action, it has a chance, maybe.
This thing with trailers like this, it makes it so hard to understand what actual the gameplay is. Like, I have no clue what are you actually doing in this game. Like, are you? Yeah, I have no clue. Like, it's like spell casting. Looks like there's combat.
Yeah.
Are you? I don't know. It's really difficult to know what you're doing.
Okay, so would you say Thief is the one you're looking forward to the most here?
Yeah, I'd say Thief. I'm interested in Men in Black, and I'm interested in Star Trek Infection.
Okay.
The others, I'm not really that bothered about.
Yeah.
The Lightkeepers, I need to know more about because like the trailer doesn't give a lot away. So
there was a VR gaming game showcase recently, but I didn't even get a chance to watch it. Did you watch it?
Yeah, but there's not really much there. There's a game called Aces of Thunder, which we've talked about before, but like apparently it's been coming out this year for about 6 months, and it's still not got a release date. But I'm interested in that. But yeah, I feel like we always have this where we go into a new year and we're like, there's nothing coming out, and then all of a sudden loads of shit comes. So we'll see.
Okay.
It's been a good year though. We've had loads of stuff come out.
Toward the end, I feel like
a
lot of the rest of the year, I felt like there wasn't much.
Maybe we'd have to look through it. We'll have to look, maybe next month's episode, like do like a look back.
Yeah. All the games so it'll be Game of the Year next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you have that to look forward to.
And obviously, Roboquest VR will win.
Yes.
Game of the Year.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Spoiler, a flat to VR game so far is my Game of the Year, but I won't.
Yeah, you've actually enjoyed all the stuff we've put out there, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's been anything we've put out there where you've been like, I'm not bothered about this. So that's good.
No. Yeah. It's because they hired you.
Oh yeah, I make all the decisions.
Yes. You ensure quality.
Should try.
Yeah. All right. You anything else?
No.
Okay.
That's it. This will be one more for the end of the year, and then it's a new year.
Yeah. All right.
Gone fist. Enjoy, everybody. Are we going to do one before Christmas or after Christmas?
I don't know. Just kind of whenever.
Okay.
What would you prefer?
I was just going to say, like, whatever. I was just going to say, like, have a good Christmas if we don't speak to, people.
Oh, okay. Before. Oh, yeah, we just did Thanksgiving here. Do you guys have anything like Thanksgiving?
No, but I was off, like, because the company are American, like,
okay.
I was off.
Okay.
So, that's cool. Yeah.
What the hell is Boxing Day?
Do you not have Boxing Day?
No, we don't do that here.
Yeah, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day. Boxing Day, traditionally, Boxing Day was a day where you would open your presents. That's why it's called Boxing Day. But it's not really, they don't really follow the tradition anymore. So people would, like, Christmas Day would all be about families getting together, having food, and then Boxing Day would be opening your presents.
Okay, I thought you guys were punching each other or something. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a boxing match and everyone just, like, winner stays on.
Okay. All right, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.